The Dallas Mavericks made headlines for a trade that was so bad in the Luka Doncic trade that everyone was talking about it. It was known as one of the most generationally bad trades we have ever seen. And then the aftermath of it was just unbelievable. And somehow, someway, by a miracle of God, with a horseshoe shoved so far up their ass, they were bailed out in the NBA draft lottery this year. And now they're going to have another badass white boy on top of having Anthony Davis and Kyrie. So really, although Flag may not be as good as Luka, if he develops into a superstar, they're probably going to have a better overall team. So they somehow maybe have made out even better. And they may be one of the luckiest teams in the NBA. But due to this fact, I'm going to be getting into why I think they now have one of the best rosters in the entire league, and how I think that they are actually back and maybe one of the best teams in the entire NBA going into next season. Because if you look into their entire roster, there's a lot of things to be very, very happy about. Not just for this season, but even going into the future. I'm be getting to all that in this video. So if that does sound interesting to you, please watch the video all the way through. Hit the like button, subscribe button, I mean that's the word to me. And without further ado, let's get right into this video. And the first thing I want to get into for breaking down this roster is going to be the stars of this team. And I'm going to start off with famous Jew lover himself, Kyrie Irving. And Kyrie Irving is still one of the most skilled guards in the entire league. He can carry you on any given night. He's still a top 3 point guard in the NBA. That he's insane. He's very skilled. He can score at will. He can literally do almost everything besides being an elite defender, okay? Kyrie absolutely can kill you, and he can just carry you through stretches in games and legitimately win you games by himself. So Kyrie is a stud, and then add to the fact that he has a running mate in Anthony Davis, who's the other half of their star duo, and AD is still an elite defender when he's healthy. He's one of the best power forwards in the league, and pick and rolls with himself and Kyrie should be borderline unstoppable, and they're going to be one of the most dangerous duos in the entire league, assuming health permits it. Now, health and AD kind of an oxymoron. They don't go together, but hopefully AD can stay healthy, and they should be a very hard duo to deal with. And now you add Mr. White Boy Cooper Flag somehow made it on this team. I think there was like a 1% chance. And I mean, let's be honest, Flag, elite upside, superstar potential. Now I'm not saying he's going to be a superstar from the jump, but he's probably going to be at least a very good player from the jump. And I think he's definitely going to be probably their third best player on this team right away. He's going to almost surely develop into a superstar level player. He's that level of a guy. And I just think overall, this trio should get at least 2 or 3 years together of actually developing and of actual Flag being a star. And this trio can go a very long way because Kyrie is super skilled, AD and Kyrie kind of complement each other very well, and then Cooper Flag being your X Factor potential superstar as well. You're going to have 3 legit superstars on your roster, and anytime you have that, you can win a championship. I mean, 3 superstars is about what you need, and that is exactly what they have the potential to get with this star trio they have going forward. But then even outside of these stars on this roster, I don't think a lot of people understand how good this team is. Like, look at the other 2 starters. Their other 2 guys is Klay Thompson, who is still a dead-eye three-point shooter and solid defender. Now, he's far from what he used to be, but he's still a very, very good three-point shooter. He can still get hot at times and still win you games due to his three-point shooting, and his defense isn't a liability or anything. He's still a very serviceable defender. So he is still a great player to have as your 4th option on your team in the starting lineup. And then Derek Lively. Derek Lively isn't anything special or great, but he's still a very solid defender. He plays his role, gets rebounds, blocks shots, catches lobs, and when Kyrie Irving is your point guard, catching lobs is very effective because their pick and roll game is going to be very, very strong. So as long as he can rebound, shot block, and catch lobs, that's all Lively has to do, and he is going to be able to do exactly that. So I think the starting lineup all complement each other very, very well, and I think they have one of the better starting lineups in the entire league, especially if Cooper Flag can hit the ground running in his rookie season. And then on top of that, their depth on this team, like their bench is insane. They have D'Angelo Russell, the snitch, okay? He's a beast for you being your 6th man. Most every team in the league would want D'Angelo Russell as their 6th man. Now, maybe not as their starting point guard, okay? And maybe not in a confidential situation, teammate to teammate, because it could go wrong. But from a purely basketball standpoint, him being your sixth man is very, very good. He's a great scorer. He's a legit starting level talent, and he's going to be coming off of their bench as their sixth man, and who can give you 20, 30 points any given night. Like, he's probably the best sixth man in the entire league, talent-wise, hands down. And then behind him, you have P.J. Washington, who's easily a starting power forward on almost every other team in the entire NBA, and he is the Dallas Mavericks' seventh man off the bench this year. He is an elite backup power forward, and him and D'Angelo Russell are probably the two most talented players coming off of anybody's bench this season. Then you have Daniel Gafford, who's going to be an ideal backup for Lively because they're basically the same player. They do the exact same thing. So there's going to be almost no drop-off from Lively to Gafford, so that's very important, especially if an injury happens. You can just plug in the other one and you basically lose nothing. So that's very nice. Najee Marshall is a swift army knife of a player who's going to be kind of like the grit and grind enforcer type player, but can also score when he needs to, and he can just pretty much do a little bit of everything. So I think Najee Marshall being your eighth man off the bench is extremely impressive. And then even Max Christie had a great start with the Dallas Mavericks last year, and he kind of died off towards the end, but if Max Christie can build off of what he did last year off the bench for them, they could have a great player in Max Christie for him defensively and even a little bit of the three-point shooting. And although he definitely has to show that he can do that consistently for an entire season, there are definitely reasons to be optimistic about Max Christie, who, by the way, is their 10th man off of the bench, which is absolutely absurd. And then even Caleb Martin, a very solid veteran who didn't even play for them last year, and they traded for him for nothing. They traded Quentin Grimes for absolutely nothing for Caleb Martin, and they didn't even play him, and that is their 11th man off the bench. He's a very solid vet who can shoot the three. He's nothing great, but for being your 11th man, that is elite. And then even like at the very bottom of this roster, their wild card players are pretty intriguing. I think Oliver Maxime Prosper, although he hasn't lived up to expectations lately or the past few seasons, I think his potential is still there. I think he can develop into a solid player. Now, he's running out of time, but I haven't fully given up hope on him becoming a very okay player. And then even their rookie, Ryan Nembhard, spent 4 years in college. He's a very solid college player, had a very solid summer league. So even he, due to his vast college experience, could give you spot minutes if you get into injury troubles because he has so much experience in college. He's basically going to be a 22, 23-year-old. Like, he's not going to be a normal rookie. So even he has enough experience to give you spot minutes that would probably be pretty solid if you absolutely have to. And those are the bottom two guys on your entire team, which is pretty insane to think about. So now that I've highlighted basically all the kind of important players on this team or that are going to probably be in the rotation, what is the path forward for this team? Like, how good do I think they can be? This season in the present day, if Cooper Flagg is a star from day one, this team's a contending level team. I mean, you have your big three, that's 3 stars. AD and Kyrie are superstars. And even if Cooper Flagg's just playing at an all-star level his rookie year, that's 3 stars, which is very impressive, with a great supporting cast around them. Like, they're going to be unbelievably difficult if they're healthy in the playoffs to beat in a 7-game series. And then even like in the future path forward, like Cooper Flagg is only going to get significantly better every single year for the next few years at least. Outside of Klay Thompson, they have no one that's just like ancient on their team. So their core guys probably will have like 2 to 3 years together. And then their depth even gives them an opportunity to probably trade for another star if they feel like they need to, because they have so much depth on this team and such high quality depth that you could trade it for a high level star level player maybe. So even that gives you options. And I mean, with how good the Western Conference is, I wouldn't be surprised if they have to go that route. But I think they should really see what they have with this team. Like, this team, I wouldn't be so shocked at all if they make the conference finals. And if everything goes their direction, I wouldn't be surprised if they made the NBA finals if Cooper Flagg is that good. So I really think the sky's the limit for this Dallas Mavericks team. And I think they're back. Like, I as much as I hate to say it, and as undeserved as it is, Dallas has stumbled and made mistakes and fucked up their way back to being legit finals contenders, and with great possibility of getting there because of how good their roster actually is. Now, they're going to struggle because the West is stacked this year, but they are definitely going to be the cream of the crop of the West. They're going to be up there with the other best teams, the Denvers and the OKCs. So I definitely think for sure they are going to be a problem this year. But unfortunately, guys, that's my first video. So comment below. Do you agree with me? How good do you think Dallas is going to be? How bad do you think they're going to be? I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. If you like, point, hit the like button, subscribe button to me. That's a word to me. And I hope you have a blessed day. Because I had a blessed day. So you need to have a blessed day. All glory to God. See you in the next video. Goodbye. Blah.